Lancaster, report of a house fire.
Lancaster 23-9, putting over as a working fire at Oakstone.
Looks like we have working fire. We have smoke coming from the windows on the second floor.
Good afternoon, everyone. Andrew Wargo joined with Mark Dower and Morgan Melbourne. Today we're going over the new Fastboard that's going to be on Engine 3 for fast team operations. This was going to be put in service in the next couple of days and weeks, and we'll be doing some ongoing training with it. So just to kind of go over what it is, as you can see, it's kind of a half Stokes basket. You pretty much just take a regular Stokes basket and cut it in half. There's these pieces of webbing, which I'll explain in a little bit. The other functions of this, it can also be used for ice water rescue. We purchased a ice ring to go with it that allows it to float, as well as some different webbing attachments, as well as rope bags and different things like that. So we're going to go over the components of it, provide a demonstration, and just some different ways on how to do it. All right, so just to go over the aspects of the Fastboard. So this is how the Fastboard is going to be stored on Engine 3. Very basic. There's not too many attachments on it. This way it's easy to deploy in the event that we need it. So starting at the bottom here, you have the bottom carabiner. It's just held in by Velcro. Again, you just lift this Velcro up and this piece comes out and you've got your webbing here. Again, we'll go over what the webbing is used for and how to use the specific equipment here in a little bit. This button on the side here that's illuminated in blue, you push this button, the light inside the Stokes basket turns on. While it's in the truck, it needs to be plugged in. There is a cord inside the compartment of Engine 3 that you can just plug right in to this, and it'll stay plugged in and just stay charging based off the shoreline. Again, moving up towards the top, you've got a spare rope bag here. This rope bag stays connected to the Fastboard, and you'll understand why once we go over the functionality of it here in a little bit. But this allows you to pull more and have a little bit extra slack in addition to what you're pulling on the webbing here. This is your upper carabiner. Once again, it comes out just by lifting up the Velcro, and this comes right out. It's a locking carabiner, so you can twist it like this to lock it as such. And it just sits right inside this little divot here. Again, there's divots so that you can see where the carabiners go. When this is stored properly, these pieces of webbing come down to these bottom divots here on the bottom. So make sure that your loops come down here, and that's how it's properly stored. If it's pulled tight, it will not deploy correctly. And then this piece of rope folds over and attaches right there. And these Velcro pieces along each side are where you can attach different attachments to it. So your ice ring, your additional webbing, your ARS rescue straps, etc. So now we're going to provide a demonstration on how to properly use the Fastboard. All right, so for this first demonstration, we're going to kind of go through this at a slow and educational pace so you can kind of see what we're doing. So Mark here is our down firefighter. Now again, in a real life scenario, he would have his mask on, his pass alarm would be activated. Morgan and I would have a couple more people here than just the two of us for a rapid intervention team. However, for demonstration purposes, this is how we're going to do it. So we come up to our down firefighter, we've got our Fastboard here, it's ready to deploy. As you can see, we've got extra slack here like I just talked about in the upper straps, as well as extra slack in our lower straps. That's very important, and you'll see why here momentarily. So we bring our Fastboard up next to our down firefighter. What we're going to do is we're going to remove this rope bag, and we're going to kind of set it off to the side. Okay, this is how we're going to drag our firefighter out or lift him out, but right now we don't need it at this present moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the Fastboard up next to Mark, and what we're going to do is we're going to disengage these carabiners. Okay, we want them out, but we want them straight, and that's important, and you'll see why here in a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to tip the Fastboard. You want this pretty much lined up the top of the board with his helmet. you want him face down in the board. So you want his mask to pretty much go right where this Velcro is on the inside of the board here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll him right onto the board. So again, very similar to how you would potentially load someone in a Stokes stretcher. You can put the Stokes right up to them and then roll them in. We're gonna pretty much do the same thing. So we're grabbing him by his pack, by his body, and we're just gonna roll him right into the Stokes pass, or into the Fastboard. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, now Mark, obviously this is not a very comfortable position for Mark right now. His head is facing face down. What you want to do is you want to have them turn their head to the left or to the right. I always recommend the left because left for life, right? That gives us easy access to their air if we need it. So we're going to secure his hands to the board. Yep, just like that. Now, part where I talked about these straps need to be straight. What's now going to happen is we're now going to take these straps and fold it over Mark. Now, sometimes you may need a little extra slack. So what you could do is you could put your boot right up against the Fastboard and pull. And it'll give you a little bit more slack. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this strap, we're gonna fold it over him. Now the important thing, when you fold it over, is you can see here, the webbing goes on either side of his pack. This is very important because it leaves the access to his pack free. If we need to change something, we need to get access to his buddy breather, we need to get access to his transfill, whatever, it's available, all right? So then this carabiner will link into the bottom carabiner and we lock it. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come up here to this carabiner, this red one up top, and when I pull, it's gonna cinch it right down. So now that is cinched down on Mark. So now what Morgan and I can do is we can come up here to this rope, got it, and now we can drag him out, like so. Now, the other thing that we can do with this rope has little loops in it. So if we're gonna be taking him up through a hole in the floor, you can use this, put a hook through it and lift up. Or you can use mechanical advantage and lift them up. There's a number of different ways to get them up. Same thing for going up through stairs. This is just a demo with the hook. Again, you can lift it up, 2 people, down, and we lift up. Again, there's different ways that you can do this. This is just another tool in your arsenal. Again, one of the other things that you can do is just manhandling him up the stairs. This will slide very easily up the stairs. However, when you're going up the stairs, his feet are going to drag, so someone needs to be on the bottom to fold his feet up like so, and just hold them there as we drag him up. Very simple, nothing too crazy. Again, by having him lying face down, we're protecting his mask, we're protecting his airway, and when we get him outside, in the event we need to do CPR or get him to medical very easily, we can just roll him right off the board. Again, this keeps him in a very straight position, so we may be worried about C-spine, but again, this is down and dirty. It kind of helps with C-spine, but it's not the greatest. But again, that's just your quick how to load your patient onto the Fastboard and get him out the quick and dirty way. Okay, so we've arrived at our downed firefighter. Morgan and I are gonna get the board ready. Again, we've got these straps wide. We're gonna line it up with his face. We're gonna put him face down on the board. 1, 2, 3. I'm then going to go silence his pass alarm. We're gonna scoop his hands in. We're gonna fold that strap back. Hang on 1 second, Morgan. Morgan, hang on. Okay, you're good.
Ready when you are.
Okay, so he's secure. I'm now gonna pull tight. Again, you may need to use your boot. And now once he's secure, we can go ahead and we can pull. Just like that. Very quick, very easy, very simple. So this is the ice rescue loop. As you can see here, it attaches with just these clips and then these Velcro loops that attaches right onto the Stokes board. Again, once we get into ice rescue season and we have an ice rescue call, we can use this to go attach right to the Fastboard. Again, this is just basic operation of the Fastboard. This isn't every single way you can use this piece of equipment. As I mentioned before, this is just another tool in your toolbox. Again, we will be doing a lot more ongoing training with this. If you have questions, please feel free to see any line officer or chief officer. We'll be more than happy to assist you. Again, one more time, this is the Fastboard. There will be links in the video description below to the manufacturer's training videos that you can watch on your own time if you so desire. And I hope that this video was informational and you learned something. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.